Tony D and Little Joan, I'm sorry there's no Piney Podcast tonight. I'm going to have to do it tomorrow because I just can't do it. I'm just completely fried from the shows this week. So I'm doing short videos, but a quick video I wanted to do about trailers, fake trailers. There's a lot of fake trailers on the internet. I've been fooled by a couple of them. When they first started doing fake trailers, they were kind of neat. But now everybody does them. There are guys who just regularly do, all they do seemingly is fake trailers. Fake, so like this one here, this is a fake trailer for The Dark Knight Returns. I assume some of this is AI video and AI imaging. And it looks cool. I mean, the visuals are kind of cool. Let's see. This is more of a parody of the Avengers. That was mildly funny. But there's just so many of these now. And some of them are so close. Here's The Descendants 5. Is that a real trailer? See, I don't even know. Yeah, no, I don't think so. Johnny Depp's in it. I don't think he'll work for Disney for a while. Here is Prison Break trailer, but I think that's real for GTA. I mean, there's just too many of them. Here's a Spider-Man 3 trailer with Andrew Garfield. Again, that's definitely a concept trailer or whatever. But, you know, some of them are cool. Here's a John Wick one. I think that one's fake too. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. But sometimes it's hard to tell. And there's just way too many of them. Sicario 3. I don't think that one's fake. I don't know. Dracula, that one's definitely fake. And I would say to the guys doing this, Predator 6, that's totally fake. I would say to the guys doing this, I don't think it's, number one, I don't think it's cool anymore. You know, it was cool for a little while. It's fun to do. You know, anybody can kind of do these. But the end game on this is, to me, obvious. The end game is this. We're not too long away from the technology where we will be able to call up Netflix, let's say. And let's say Netflix has the rights to a certain library of movies. And in that library of movies, you might have, I don't know. What does Netflix own? I don't even know. Well, let's just say they have a few Westerns. And they have a few celebrities in those Westerns. And then they have some alien movies, right? So you might say, I want to see this Western mixed with this alien movie and do like a cowboys and aliens thing. And what will happen is the AI, your personal AI on the Netflix platform, whatever it is, will generate a movie for you and you'll watch it. Now, it won't all make sense. There's a trailer here for a Star Wars starring Arnold Schwarzenegger and Will Smith when he was a young guy. And, you know, it's only a trailer. And there's a lot of problems with it. I mean, but it actually doesn't look that bad. It kind of looks like an exciting movie. You know, if you overlook the obvious weird AI stuff. So, that kind of stuff, again, it won't be on point. Like, it won't be a great movie, but it'll be watchable. It'll be about as watchable as watching one of your trailers, which is just really a novelty in my view. So I feel like there was a window of time where maybe a studio or production guy would look at your fake trailer and say, oh, yeah, this guy's pretty good. Maybe we ought to call him in for, use him in-house for something. Or, wow, that's a really good idea. Maybe we'll do that movie. I think that window's gone. I think there's too many. They've completely flooded the market with these things. And the bar just keeps going up and up. And eventually it will be, I think, beyond the capacity of anybody outside the studio system to break in that way. And I think if I was part of the studio system, I would be telling those guys, we do have to start looking for new talent, because new talent is the future. It always is. But they don't seem to be doing that. Not in a way that makes any sense to me. Justine Bateman points out on her X account that a movie that costs $200 million and then makes a profit of, let's say, $100 million is more preferable to the studio than making, say, 4 or 5 $10 million movies that make, say $60 million each, and then actually make the studio more money. Because according to her, it's almost as much work to produce, edit, and market the smaller movies as it is to do the bigger movies. Which I get up to a point. This way they only make one movie, but again, they're not making as much money. So they don't have to actually do the movie. What they need to do is outsource it, right? The studio doesn't have to make that many movies. Yes, they should make the big ones, but they can also finance the low movies and just farm it out to other people. So they're not actually doing the work. They're just paying for it. The marketing, in my mind, is easy. And it's easy. It's hard to put all, again, you don't put all your eggs in one basket, as they say. It's an old expression. Why? Well, you might trip and drop that basket, and then all your eggs are done. But if you have multiple baskets and you drop one basket, well, some of your eggs are broken, but not the rest, is the analogy. So I think studios really need to look beyond just doing these tent poles and start farming it out to guys like this. Now, for the guys who are making these fake trailers, some of them appear to be talented, at least to a point. And I would say to them, start making original trailers. I had a friend who made a great fan film. It was fun. It was interesting. But it wasn't his character. I don't want to say who it was, or it's not a secret or anything. But I thought it was a good movie. It was a good movie. But if he had taken all that money and all that energy and time he had spent, instead of making a fake movie, to make a new character, he could have done a similar story. In fact, he could have taken the exact same story, really, and just changed the character. Because, it was a typical kind of revenge thing. But instead, he put it into this thing. Now, he was able to parlay it to some amount of success for himself. Again, I don't want to say how he made success on it, but it's, he doesn't have anything at the end of that process. He doesn't own it, right? It's not his character. People gave it a lot of attention, but they gave it attention more so that it was the character that he didn't create. Now, if he created a new character, it would have been much harder to sell it to people, but it would be all his forever. And even if he couldn't make, say, another movie, because it's very expensive to make even just a short film, he could still maybe do a comic or, even write a short novel about it or whatever. So if you're doing these fake trailers, like some of them are really cool, and maybe you're making money on the YouTube, just with all the hits, I get that. Sure, I would, for the money, sure, why not? But to actually create, you need to be creating something original on the side, I say. You could start out with all this parody stuff, but in the end, you really need to start creating your own characters, your own IPs, because that's the future. That's the future. And if by some miracle, some studio or production company comes to you and says, hey, we saw this trailer, it's really great, We'd like you to see what you can do. You want to be ready with something original that you could just hand them and say, see? See? So that's my thoughts on the fake trailer. I think you should seriously consider doing some original stuff on the side. And that's it for me, Tony D and Little Joan. Again, I'm sorry I can't do the Piney Podcast tonight. I'm just too fried. Thanks to all who turned out for my birthday and the birthday live stream and all the events I did this weekend. Gator weekend at One More Bar and Grill. And, of course, Lions in the Pines today. It was a great Piney weekend. Probably the piniest weekend of all time. So I'm going to get back into it. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you tomorrow.